but we're not in the game to take punishment. He was turning this guy all night, and this guy know he didn't win. And was he tough? Actually, very tough and rugged.
Shut me up.
Real quick, Shakur.
I'm right here. Shut me up. Shut me up. Hello.
For real.
I don't know why.
Just don't cry, bro. Don't cry afterwards.
I don't know why.
Please don't cry.
Right, he'll take it on the chin. He'll be all right.
You gonna cry, man.
Now watch this.
Man,
Watch
you got you
January
on the pound for
31st.
pound list, man.
After the
because you
fight,
beat
I want you to
Zepeda.
talk everything you've been talking since I've been baby.
Man, I can't wait,
I'm
man.
gonna show you.
Man, I
I'ma
wish it
show
was
you.
tomorrow, man. I wish it was today, man.
Man, we could. I'm
Man,
ready
we're
right
gonna
now.
shut you down.
I'm ready at any given
I'm
time.
tired of your mouth, bro.
Bro,
I'm
you
tired.
not like that.
During the press conference, Floyd Mayweather responded to Teofimo Lopez, reminding him that shouting doesn't matter once timing and discipline take over.
I'm locked in. I put in the work Saturday night. All of my work is gonna take care of itself. So could bring whatever he want. He can come in pressure, do whatever he gotta do. He's just gonna bring out the best in me.
You fight, man, because you just want everybody to think you're the best, man. You never fought nobody.
Senior, do not fall when you get in the ring this
Nobody
time,
like
bro.
my son.
I don't want to see
Nobody
that.
like my son.
Stay on your feet.
Bro,
Why?
he faster, quicker,
You gotta
smarter,
have it in control.
more
You can't do this, bro.
entertaining, more entertaining.
Oh, snap.
Shut up, man.
Bigger.
That double stepping that you do, bro, I got that shit
You're
figured
so
out.
mad. I'm under your
Keep on
skin, I know
double
that.
stepping.
Then Teofimo Sr. spoke with confidence, claiming they'll beat Shakur and stop him just like Lomachenko was stopped. It's like they've already imagined the whole story.
Okay, I don't think y'all did either.
Oh, so you gotta show it, baby.
I don't think
pressure's
y'all
on
did
you.
either. I ain't see.
Not on my son.
I ain't see Lomachenko throw no punches.
You
for
never
6
been on a big
rounds.
stage like this.
I didn't see Lomachenko throw punches for
You
6
never been
rounds.
on a big stage like
I
this.
didn't see Lomachenko throw punches
'Cause we
for 6
froze him.
rounds. Okay, you gonna see.
We gonna freeze you too.
You better not throw the towel
Come on, man. You out of your mind.
in. Okay.
My son fought without no
Wanna see?
air. My son fought without no air against Cambosos.
You can't fight for
got
your
balls.
son. You can't fight
You
for
gonna
your
tell
son.
me, man? Come on.
You can't fight for your son.
I bet you gonna quit.
Yeah, okay, you gonna see.
All right?
That's when the mood changed. Shakur didn't yell. He just smiled and said he's going to expose Teofimo. His quiet confidence spoke louder than any insult.
What are the weaknesses? Where are some of the weaknesses in his game?
A lot of the weaknesses is in his mental. I think it's more mental than anything. And I'm going to expose it.
You said in your last fight that you proved you were a dog against William Zepeda. What do you want to prove in this one?
That I'm the best. I want to show the world that I'm the best. After this fight, I want to be considered top 5 pound for pound fighter in the sport, and I can't wait to show
The
it.
difference was obvious right away. One side was all about bravado, the other about certainty. It wasn't just trash talk anymore. It was two approaches clashing: pressure versus precision, noise versus control.
What was it about Tio that you gave yourself like the eye? This is the one I want him, right? Because I'm sure you at a point where you got options, like you could pick, you could pick and choose. Yeah, I know. Why? What was it about him that you was like, all right, this is the one? What made you want to?
He's on top of his game, bro. I said his last fight in front of New York City.
Town Square, yeah.
He fought Arnold Barboza. He was sharp.
He was stacked. What's my boy name that was dead to?
He one of the 5-4 kings, whatever they want to call it. So he on top of his game, bro. So if I see somebody on top of their game, my competitive edge just kick in. It's like, okay, I already vision right then and there that I want to fight him. Like I want to be in front of him and see how my style do with his style. So it's more so just do the best.
Both fighters are very confident. Naturally, I see Teofimo as stronger and more athletic than Shakur. Teofimo understands the sport well, but I think Shakur is smarter and more technical in the ring. I'm not saying he's just a textbook fighter. He's experienced, calm, and knows how to handle himself.
You can't be too technical with Shakur. You gotta make it a little ugly. You gotta make it a little ugly. If you try to be too technical with Shakur, it could be too long of a weighted chess match. You know, certain people don't want to see that. They don't want to see pop shots. You know what I mean? They want to see good action. I have yet to see, and I think you could attest with me, I don't think we have seen Shakur face anyone higher than who he's going to face next, and that's of me. So, I definitely, commend him at least for stepping up to the plate.
I think he's mentally more mature. He stays within his limits and avoids unnecessary risks. Often, when he faces tougher opponents, the fight can seem a bit dull, which is why people criticize him. Against Teofimo, I expect him to be cautious. He's going to fight carefully.
I think it's time. I think it's really that time for him to really take his first loss and, me whoop his ass to the point where Either he quits on the stool or I knock him out.
You really believe that, because everyone will say, oh man, Shakur is probably one of the best defensive fighters in the game. You really believe you can stop Shakur Stevenson?
Yes.
Being careful doesn't mean he's not precise. Shakur has plenty of tools in his arsenal to win, and so does Teofimo. Honestly, if Teofimo shows up ready and fights like he did against Vasily Lomachenko, I think he'll come out on top.
What Teo did to Lomachenko, and one of the things that I think that gets lost in that fight against Lomachenko is Teo threw more than 100 punches in the final round to make sure he won that fight.
Yeah, no question. Even in the loss that he had against Kambosos, where he had a puncture, like he had some medical condition in his esophagus that was dangerous actually, and it looked like...
Right after all the talk about styles and strategy, Richardson Hitchens stepped in and brought some real, straight from the gym honesty. Can't fake that. He said himself, he's known Shakur since they were kids, sleeping in boxing gyms, sparring at crazy hours, and perfecting his skills long before anyone was watching.
Me and Shakur became really close at a young age. I think I was about 13.
Yeah.
And me and him started off beefing at first. Because I was one of the guys that was like, I started boxing a little later than guys like Shakur. I started boxing like 12. Shakur and them guys was boxing like at 5, 7 years old.
And that matters because when he says Shakur is on another level, it's not just hype, it's based on experience. When Hitchens says Teofimo is talented, but not at Shocker's boxing level, it's not disrespect. It's insight from someone who's been inside Shocker's rhythm and thrived there.
At the end of the day...
You think it's competitive though? It's close?
Yeah, I think it can be competitive.
Yeah.
Teo is real gifted. Shakur is real defensive. And, I feel like when a fight is super defensive, it can play against you also.
I love how Richardson didn't act like this was simple. He gave Teofimo his respect, calling him decorated and dangerous, but he kept coming back to the same truth. Boxing-wise, Shakur is different. When he mentioned Teofimo saying Shakur isn't used to him, you could almost see Richardson smile like, we'll see, because familiarity works both ways. What really stood out was Hitchens pointing out that being too defensive can backfire, but then quickly reminding everyone that Shakur isn't just defensive, he's a top problem solver, and that's a big difference people often miss. His confidence wasn't loud, it was calm, almost bored, like he already knows how the story usually ends.
You go in there trying to be really defensive, it can play against you, but Shakur's a high-level boxer, and Teo ain't on Shakur level. Teo know that, and like I told Teo when I see him, I said it's different. He told me that me and Shakur is used to each other. That's why I feel like it's different. He said Shakur not used to him. So in 2 weeks, we'll see.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Teo is a 3.5.
Teo, if you were supposed to somehow win, fight me. Fight me. That's the fight that I want.
When Richardson said it's different, that wasn't trash talk, it was a warning. The kind fighters get when they've seen what really happens once the bell rings and instincts take over. Even when he joked about fighting Teofimo himself, you could hear the certainty underneath. This fight isn't about hope or hype, it's about skill showing up at the right moment. Hitchens didn't sell drama, he sold reality. And reality is, Teofimo has to be perfect for 12 rounds, while Shakur just has to be himself. And if you've been around long enough, you know which one is harder.
But they said they have a game plan. They said they know how they're gonna beat Shakur. We'll see, man. Teofimo's a tremendous fighter at the end of the day. I got to give ultimate respect to him because he is one of the most decorated young fighters in the sport today. And it's not going to be an easy task for Shakur, but I just feel like Shakur, when it comes to boxing, Teofimo's not better than him, so it is what it is.
Right after Richardson framed this as a skill gap you only understand if you grew up inside it, Gary Russell Jr. stepped in. He sounded like someone who's seen both sides of the storm and isn't impressed by highlight reels. Gary said it simply, intellect over athleticism. And I love that, because it's not a knock on Teofimo, it's a warning. He's basically saying, yes, Teofimo is explosive, gifted, dangerous, but thinkers who know their way around the ring aren't easily shaken. At the same time, Gary didn't sugarcoat things for Shakur either. He admitted this turns ugly if Teofimo applies controlled chaos. That phrase matters. He wasn't talking about wild swings, he meant pressure with purpose. 4 or 5 precise punches, closing the distance, landing first, making the judges lean in. When Gary mentioned Lomachenko, it wasn't nostalgia, it was a blueprint. He was showing that Teofimo has already proven he can disrupt a master boxer. He commits in bursts rather than just posing. Asterisk, asterisk if you want. I can also make a slightly punchier, more flowing version that keeps the energy high and reads like a conversation. Do you want me to do that?
Gordo, when he fought Lomachenko, if he fights Shakur the way that he fought Lomachenko, that would somewhat poke holes in Shakur's game as far as allowing him to dictate the ring, dictate the revenue of the ring. You know, he'd have to mash the gas, like I say, in spurts. Put Shakur on the defensive, make him want to be defensive, make him question when he punches. And another thing, he has the ability to hurt Shakur too.
And I agree with him. Shakur doesn't want long physical battles. He looks for clean reads, quick resets, and space. Gary pointed out that if Teofimo can push Shakur onto the back foot and make him defensive instead of proactive, the whole perception changes. And in boxing, optics matter whether we like it or not. But then Gary flipped around. He said if Teofimo waits, sits back, and tries to be cute, Shakur can turn it into a long, miserable night, like 12 rounds of unanswered punches. What really stood out was Gary noting that Teofimo can hurt Shakur, but not necessarily the other way around. That shifts the risk completely. Even so, he leaned toward Shakur because brains tend to age better than bursts of athleticism. This wasn't fence-sitting, it was layered truth. Gary's point is that this fight isn't about who's better. It's about who stays true to their identity under pressure. Intellect wins if chaos stays controlled. Chaos wins if intellect gets crowded. That's why this fight isn't predictable. It's conditional.
I always say intellect over athleticism. You know, I will always choose intellect over athleticism. In my personal opinion, if I had to choose somebody, I'm more so leaning towards Shakur. But I still feel as though it's a 50-50 fight. I feel like it's a 50-50 fight. I feel like Shakur, his game plan is to fight the way that he...
Right after Gary Russell Jr. laid out that whole intellect versus chaos chessboard, Gabe Rosado stepped in and somehow made it even louder without raising his voice. That's impressive. Something he said immediately stuck with me. These are champions who still fight like they have something to prove, and that's dangerous for both sides. That's not praise, that's a warning. When Gabe talks about this being a high-intensity chess match, it's not patience you hear, it's tension. Neither Shakur nor Teofimo is built to coast when pride gets involved. His leaning toward Shakur isn't favoritism. It's based on proof. He brought up the Zepeda fight. Oh, you wanted to see the pocket? Here you go. Shakur didn't just stand there. He absorbed shots, answered back, worked the body, and never lost himself. That's not abandoning his style. It's expanding it. When Gabe mentioned that some people questioned whether Shakur had the dog, I almost laughed. Nothing fires up fans more than realizing they misjudged someone. Shakur didn't bark, he showed. Gabe was just as honest about Teofimo, calling him phenomenal and acknowledging his explosiveness and hunger. You don't last this long in boxing by pretending threats aren't real. This wasn't hype, it was reality. If both fighters come in aggressive, the margin for error shrinks fast.
Shoot, man, that's a great matchup. You got two guys, they got great skills, but are both really hungry. It's like they're champions, but they fight like they're prospects or contenders. You know what I'm saying? So I don't see Teofimo taking a step back, and I don't see Shakur taking a step back. Even though they have the ability to box, but I see this being a high intense chess match. You know what I'm saying? Who do I favor? It's tough, man. I think Shakur is a great boxer.
The part where Gabe really shifted the conversation was when he talked about the brains behind Shakur, because that's where this fight starts to feel unfair in subtle ways. Gabe said it straight. Having Crawford, Ward, and that whole championship think tank around you is an edge you can't measure with punch stats. And he's right. That's not just advice. That's experience guiding you mid-camp, mid-round, mid-doubt. I love that Gabe didn't say Shakur wins because he's better. He said Shakur wins because he prepared from angles Teofimo might not even see coming. You can be athletic, explosive, and talented, but if the other guy is being sharpened by people who solved every puzzle before, that's pressure. We could debate style matchups all day, but Gabe's point is clear. This fight might be decided before the bell even rings, through conversations, adjustments, and instincts built over years. That doesn't guarantee a win, but explains why so many fighters lean toward Shakur. Not because Teofimo can't win, but because Shakur keeps adding layers while staying true to himself. And when hunger meets guidance at the highest level, that's a scary combination.
But Teo's that dude too, man. But I would lean a little bit towards Shakur.
Why so?
Just because he showed a different element in what he did against Zepeda. He showed, all right, y'all want to see me stand in the pocket, I'll stay in the pocket. He stood in the pocket with Zepeda. He broke him down to the body. Yeah, I mean, combinations, had good defense, took shots, and showed that he could take a punch. So people haven't seen that side of Shakur, and he demonstrated that. So he got the dog in him. So everybody questioned it. He showed.
When you step back from all the voices, the camps, and the confidence flying around, this fight really comes down to one simple question. Do you trust discipline more than disruption when everything is on the line? Teofimo brings strength, athleticism, and that explosive belief that a single moment can change everything. Shakur brings patience, precision, and a system built to make big moments disappear before they even happen. We've heard the confidence, the warnings, and the respect from people who've actually been inside the ring with both styles, and none of it feels fake. That's why this matchup is dangerous no matter which way it goes. If Teofimo forces chaos on his terms, history shows he can challenge elite fighters. But if Shakur keeps the fight on his terms, control quietly kills momentum. There's no simple answer, just consequences. Drop your take in the comment and let's really talk about it. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Boxing Headquarters. See you in the next one.